For a lot of investors, finding below market value properties is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. And there are even some that say that it isn't realistically possible. Well, in this video, I'm going to share my 10+ years experience in growing British Home Buyers, an established home buying company where we were literally doing this for a living every day, and that to date has generated over 140,000 below market value leads. With those leads, we've converted them into properties we buy direct at below market value, source for investors to also buy at below market value, or sell as a traditional agent to get full value, depending on whatever best suits the customer's situation. The golden underlying reason why people sell at lower prices is to save time, essentially willing to consider a lower price in exchange for convenience. It is no different in the we buy any car model. Everyone knows that you're going to get a higher price selling your car yourself. However, there is a convenience to going online, getting a quote and having it sold the next day. With property, it is no different to that. However, the thing to bear in mind is that homeowners will have a whole range of reasons of why they want to sell quickly, and there will be a range on the speed different people will want to sell within. One buyer may want to sell ASAP and have completion within a couple of weeks. Others may want to secure a sale within a week or a month with a completion at a far later date, or even them pending going house hunting and finding another property to buy that could potentially take them many months to do. The most common reasons we find homeowners are looking to sell below market value at the moment are: 1, mortgages coming up for renewal. This is particularly common at the moment due to the massive changes we are seeing on interest rates. A homeowner may have bought a property 2 or 3 years ago on a far lower interest rate and are now finding the mortgage renewals are coming in at twice or triple the price. This year, 1.4 million mortgages are coming up for renewal, and to give you an idea of how that is affecting people's finances, if you had £100,000 on a 25-year mortgage at 2%, and it is now increasing to say 6%, you'd see your mortgage increase by about £220 a month. Bear in mind, if you have a 200k mortgage, that's going to double to £440, or a 300k mortgage, that would triple to £660 increase a month. So this is going to be a far bigger and bigger problem for people over this year and next year, which will likely fuel people needing to sell more quickly. Also on top of this, you have about 1.5 million households on a variable rate mortgage, which means their mortgage product will track against whatever the interest rate is at the time. So every time we've seen those interest rate increases, their mortgage increases again, which fuels people's need to potentially sell more quickly. 2, the cost of living pressures. Of course, we just talked about interest rate increasing and therefore mortgage rates increasing, triggering people looking to sell sooner rather than later. But of course, we're all seeing general costs of everything going up as well. So this is likely going to lean into someone's preference of wanting to sell sooner rather than later. 3, retirement. When people retire, respectfully, they do tend to be of the older generation. So ultimately the idea of saving time in selling a property to reduce the stress and the uncertainty of selling is attractive. Furthermore, they tend to have owned the property a long time, so may find it is worth many times more than they originally paid. So the idea of selling at a discount to save time can be more appealing to them as they've already made a huge amount of value in the home over the years. The one thing to bear in mind with these sorts of properties is they do often tend to need modernisation, which creates a double opportunity, as if you can buy at a discount, then add value by modernising, that increases the value you can make overall. 4, inheritance. With inheritance property, it can often be the case the beneficiaries, the people that inherited the property, have been landed with a property they were never expecting, and often a property nowhere near where they live. So this property is as much a burden as a financial asset to them. So for people in this situation, the prospect of being able to sell quickly and reliably can be attractive and worth selling at below market value. Also, as is the case with homeowners selling due to retirement, often these properties require modernisation, which again helps add even more value to the purchase. 5, a chain collapse. This is where someone may have sold their house, but the person buying the house has pulled out. This can become a problem as they may have a house they want to buy. So the fact their buyer is now pulled out means that they can't buy the house they originally wanted. Being able to step in and replace original buyer, granted at a lower price, can be a real godsend for homeowners you're buying from. Also, what a lot of people don't realise is if you step in to repair a chain, you're not required to pay the extra 3% stamp duty you're usually required to pay when buying investment property. However, this is only applicable if you trade the property. So you're buying the property to immediately resell it again. If you're buying it to hold or develop, you would still need to pay the extra stamp duty. 6, divorce or separation. Anything like this is obviously really sad and unpleasant for people involved. With circumstances like this, it obviously creates a timeline for people wanting to sell, for all parties, wanting to move on. This enables you to create a solution for people in the situation, as anything that helps make the process easier and quicker is likely to be of value to the sellers. If you can help people out in this situation, you can usually then negotiate a good price on the property. 7, repossession. Now, if you look at this table, it is clear that repossessions and everything connected are on the rise, which probably isn't a surprise with all the difficulties created by the cost of living crisis and interest rate rises. Ultimately, these situations create an opportunity for you to provide a solution to homeowners in these situations. For most people, it is usually far more advantageous to sell today at a discount than to get repossessed tomorrow. So offering people the value of stepping in and purchasing quickly in these sorts of situations is what often enables you to negotiate a good price. In conclusion, the reality of today's property market is we're in a bit of a catch-22. It is getting harder for people to sell because there are less buyers out there. There are less buyers out there because of the higher interest rates and the cost of living pressures we're all facing. But then it is these same higher interest rates and cost of living pressures that are triggering people looking to sell to begin with. So you basically have more and more people looking to sell at, in reality, the worst time, as there are less and less buyers out there looking to purchase. What this does is create an opportunity to the property investor like you or me. By understanding this, it allows you to better target your attention on trying to buy properties at a discount where you're able to buy in a way that is providing convenience to the person you're buying from. It is always about making any purchase a win-win for all. Yes, the seller is selling at a discount, but you're offering the convenience of buying quickly, or committing to buy quickly with a delayed completion, or whatever the instance the seller wants that helps them out. If you want to keep learning about property investments, check out my other videos.